Once you have chosen your informative speech topic, your next assignment is going to be your informative check-in. So in this video, we are going to look at your informative check-in. We're going to look at what is required, how to complete it, and how it's going to fit into your full outline. Okay, let's talk about the informative check-in assignment. For this assignment, you have the opportunity to provide me a portion of your outline for feedback. This means you can turn it into me and I will tell you if you are on the right track or not, if you're providing the right type of information, and if you're completing the template correctly before you ever turn in one for a grade. If you feel like you understand it and you don't want or won't use the feedback, no worries, you don't have to complete it. However, if you do want the feedback and decide to complete one, it needs to contain 3 main points, and each main point needs at least 1 subpoint. These need to be in full, complete sentences. That way, I can tell you if you're on the right track. If you're only turning in keywords or phrases, I can't necessarily tell what you mean. For example, if main point 1 is baking, I don't know what you're going to say about baking, so I can't tell you if you're providing me with the correct amount of information, the correct type of information, or if you're being informative or persuasive. So I need full, complete sentences. It's important to note at this point that each outline that you submit to me for a grade will also be in full, complete sentences. However, you should never have it in paragraphs. It should be structured like this, with the indentation and the alphanumeric numbering, but each point should have 1 sentence. If you have more than 1 sentence to say about something, make another subpoint or a support point, and we'll talk about a support point later. Right now, let's just talk about the check-in and how to complete it. Bear in mind, this is also not your final informative outline, so if you turn this in, you will receive a 0 for the final informative outline. This is only a portion that can be copied and pasted into the final outline in order to use there. So let's look at this. You have 3 main points, 1, 2, and 3. So these are your 3 big topics that you want to talk about concerning your main topic. Your subpoints, it's kind of like the meat of your speech. These are what you actually want to tell us about it. This is the tidbits of information, the support, all of your research. This is where this information goes. So let's take a little look at a check-in that I completed so that you can see how to go forward. So this is one that I have completed main point 1 on. If you look at the main point, it says there are many great restaurants in Savannah. No matter where you look, you will find a variety of food and service options to fit your needs. Now, all of my subpoints need to fit into variety of food and service options. There should be nothing else listed. It should be food and service options. We should not begin talking about the history of a restaurant. We should not begin talking about the oldest restaurant. We are simply talking about the food and service options. So, keeping with variety of food and service options, my first subpoint is, if you are looking for a quick bite while out for the day, there are many wonderful quick service restaurants from which to choose. That's kind of like a division, right? It's kind of like a topic within a topic. My second subpoint is, perhaps you are looking for a fine dining experience to celebrate a special occasion or anniversary. Don't worry, Savannah has some exceptional fine dining restaurants as well. That's like a second division or a second subcategory of dining, correct? And then if you look here, you will see I've added a third point. There are also many options available throughout the city for those who prefer a vegan menu. This is your outline. If you need a third or a fourth subpoint, all you have to do is hit enter, and it will populate another subpoint in the proper format, in the proper indentation, with the proper alphanumeric numbering. That's all you have to do, and you can add it. I just advise you to watch your time when you practice and decide if you need extra subpoints or not, or if you need to take some away. Now, let's get back to these other two little points hanging out in the middle. I'm not going to go into a lot of detail, but I will tell you that you will see these on the final informative outline. And in the informative outline video, I explain to you what goes here. I do want to say in advance that evidence is never the link to your source. It is never a citation. Evidence is just like each part of the speech. And you will notice that as you go in on your indentation, it gets more specific. So just to give you a quick idea of what it is going forward, just in case you don't watch my next video about the full outline, this is your main point: food and service options. This is a division of service options, which is quick service. My support point might list a restaurant. For example, my support point might say, if you are looking for pizza while you're out, Vinnie Van Gogh's is one of the best pizza places in Savannah. Evidence might say, as a matter of fact, Vinnie Van Gogh's is rated the #1 pizza restaurant on Yelp in Savannah. So that would be your evidence. Your evidence is proving that what you claim in your support point is true. And your support point is backing up or providing more information for what you said in your subpoint. And your subpoint falls under the umbrella topic of what is in your main point. For this assignment, you will need to complete 3 main points and 1 subpoint for each. If you have 2 or 3 subpoints, that's okay. But the minimum is 3 main points, each with 1 subpoint, and full complete sentences.